Texas Podcast Massacre contains spoilers and adult language. For more horror, visit us at our website at texaspodcastmassacre.com. This is Texas Podcast Massacre. With your hosts, Mitch, Nate, and Lisa.
Welcome to another episode of Texas Podcast Massacre, coming to you from Houston, Texas. I'm your host, Mitch, and with me, as always, is my killer clown, Dave to whoever the hell else was in this movie, Nate.
Look at this son of a bitch.
Well, we are back on video. It's been a little bit. We've been having to work that out. Hey, you had to do something for our 250th episode. Oh my goodness.
I don't know why you're not wearing clown makeup.
Well,
missed opportunity if you're going back to video.
Yeah, you know, I didn't know to go. Gotta go more the whole like cotton candy outfit. You know, it was a lot of options. Couldn't decide. Ran out of time. And of course, we have our queen of unsuspecting victims, Lisa.
So many things from my childhood were ruined because of this movie. So thank you for that.
Oh,
Overrated.
yes.
Childhood's overrated. Yeah.
Yep. Well, welcome to another episode. Not just another episode, excuse me. Welcome to the
another
250th episode of Texas Podcast Massacre, where each week we take a look at a different horror movie and debate a horror-related topic with our unsuspecting victims, who are usually not who we would consider horror fans. We got to go big. We went big with this week's movie of the week. And of course,
we went big top.
We went big top. Oh my goodness. It was right there. And we had to bring in, obviously, one of our favorite guests. Taylor's coming in, not just talking about order. I mean, maybe these clowns are some bird aliens. We don't know. We're going to get into it. But
we'll get into those
resident ornithologist Taylor's joining us. Taylor, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. First of all, I'm honored to be on the 250th episode. But second of all, how dare you make me watch so many movies over the past 5 years?
That is why we do it.
Of very largely varying quality.
That is why we do it. For that right there. Yes. Oh my goodness. And you've really. I mean, I think Taylor, Lisa's had to bear the brunt of a lot of movies, and we're gonna have quite a bit. Of thank yous.
Do you guys like every so often just do kind of like a meet in the basement of a church and just kind of like
so I'm here for you, Lisa.
Hash out like
you need anyone to talk to.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. But
if you need help, blink twice.
Lisa's hands are in her head and she just goes, Taylor's hands are in her head, she just goes Birdemic and just puts her hands in her face.
Yep. No. I mean, Taylor, I think of all of our unsuspecting victims that we've had on the show, I think you truly have embodied to the range of the bad shit. Like Lisa's had to watch all of it. You've gotten the good range of like, we've given you some crap funny movies. Like Zombievers, fantastic. Killer Klowns from Outer Space, we'll discuss. We'll see where you at there. Birdemic was on there. I mean, we've gone a whole random range of just dumb stuff. I think there was a Santa Jaws was in there. So what we started off this podcast for, you have been the exemplary for what we've been, the kind of movies we like to force people to watch and power through. So congratulations. And of course, Lisa, the countless hours, the sleepless nights, the sleepless
days,
sleepless nights. Just, I mean, your commitment above and beyond. So, I mean, thank you both. Nate, glad you were here. I mean, I don't know. You weren't a hard sell for the last. It's not even just 250. It's been 5 years, literally 5 years since we started.
I need to you pitched this to me, so
yeah, that's fair.
I mean,
at a funeral,
Lisa,
so
if Lisa,
there we go.
You pitched it to me at a funeral, so I mean, It's not. Is it my fault? No. Now I do want to say, Lisa, thank you for your service. And Taylor, just real fast before we get started, I'm looking at it now. I'm compiling the stats. How many times do you think you've been a guest on the podcast? You're up there in terms of guests, but how many times do you think you've been?
Probably 10 to 15, somewhere in that range.
This is the 15th time.
Wow.
Okay. Well, I've been on the podcast.
Wow.
Ice Cream Man.
Ice Cream Man.
The lows were so low. The highs were so high.
Santa Jaws. Birdemic. Birdemic. Zombievers. This is a lot of good stuff in the mix here.
A lot of stuff. Let's call it what it is. A lot of
stuff. Talking about Birdemic like it's good, and I'm like, excuse me.
But you did Birdemic, and the next one was Halloween, the Halloween remake. And then Jeepers Creepers 3, really a shit sandwich.
You're both traumatizing in very different ways.
Brightburn, chewing the forks. I mean,
Brightburn.
That's an all-time Texas podcast.
That's really your trauma, Nate.
Yeah.
We learned a lot about you, so that was good.
Yeah. And then I think very soon after that, I sent you guys a picture of my son literally chewing on a fork. I think it was very shortly after. So life imitates art.
I wonder how he's been doing at that fire station you dropped him off at afterwards.
Look, don't worry. We just had to get out of town and move suddenly for no reason. Don't worry about it.
It's fine. I mean, we have run the gamut. And I mean, to think that our first movie, we started with Alien Covenant 2, The Omen, It Comes at Night, Amityville Horror. I mean, these were like horror classic. We went out with like strong,
It Comes at Night is a horror classic.
I just mean they were like, it wasn't Killer Klowns from Outer Space, which is this week's movie of the week, right? It wasn't. Sure. We started off. I don't know how long it was before we went into Leprechaun. It wasn't long.
It took way too long.
Krampus was episode 30. That's crazy to me that we did Krampus on 30, and we did Jason X was 23. Really hit Jason X really early in this ride.
Yeah. Jason X probably too early. Velocipaster probably too late. So,
I mean, Lisa, any of the movies, any of those 200 that have stuck on your mind, particularly from the early ones, do you even remember any of the early ones?
They all blend together.
Did you just pack that away in like a trauma-filled box?
Yeah.
They all blend together.
Yeah. So Lisa, I guess highlights for you, 250 episodes. There were some movies you actively liked, I think, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe pull up my highest rated ones real quick.
I'm actually looking at it.
I know y'all have your trusty spreadsheet in front of you.
I do. Yeah. You have given.
Let's see if I still agree.
You have given 8 movies a 9 and 1 movie a 10. So,
yeah,
that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
What is Lisa's average rating
now,
over the aggregate
were your top 2 movies that you rated Edward Scissorhands and Home Alone not horror films? Yes, absolutely. It's also a factor in that.
Yes, but there's 6 others that got a 9.
So Lisa's average rating is a 5.47.
It's not bad.
Mitch's average rating is a 6. And mine is a 5.9. So it's actually not as far off as you think.
We're all right there.
A lot of times there's a lot of balancing happen with me giving like Jack Frost a 10 and everyone else giving it once.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
It's a good mixture.
And Lisa, so I'm curious, Lisa, so 250 episodes. You came in having not watched very many horror movies at all. Now you've watched more than probably most of your actual like friends, people you know in real life.
Yep.
Have you found yourself? Have you found yourself kind of like learning to enjoy any of these things? Have you found that there are movies that you maybe you would never have even thought of that now maybe you'd be like you find yourself more interested in? What have you learned about yourself through this journey of going through 250? A jigsaw level worth of films.
You love Jigsaw, if I remember correctly.
That is also fair. That's why I picked it.
Damn. All right.
I have learned about myself that I would do anything for love, apparently.
Okay. Cue the
I will do that.
T's and P.
5 years. This podcast is older than my children.
No.
Yeah.
That's
and more
nuts.
important. That's the crazy part.
Are there any that have stuck out? I'll say if you look at those movies that got 9s, I'm sure they were all in the latter part of the podcast and not in the beginning.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah. And I think it's probably because I got used to watching horror movies, so it wasn't so bad. And I would say there's a few that we went to see not even knowing if we were going to do an episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gotten more tolerable, I guess.
Yes, we did it.
Trying to think.
Like 5 years and we got it
and just like
tolerable.
calling 911 and just like, I don't know where they are, but like someone needs help. I feel like that could happen.
My favorite of the 250. That's
or just one that
ones
that stick out. Yeah, ones that stick out to you.
Gosh, I'm trying to remember. There's been some good ones. I liked part of Guillermo del Toro that we just finished.
Okay.
I can't remember. I think I was the highest rating on our very first movie, right? Maybe Prometheus, right?
Was
not
Alien
Prometheus,
Covenant,
Alien Covenant,
which is the sequel.
Alien Covenant.
Yeah.
No, you were the lowest.
But we were pretty close. We were all like within a point of each other.
Yes,
I was the highest actually.
Okay, because I remember liking that one.
Okay, so there you go.
I don't know, Nate.
So the first movie
Nate,
that
list
was all
off
downhill.
a few of the other 9s that I gave.
So you got Exorcist. You gave a 9, which is interesting.
You actually gave Train to Busan the highest score of us 3.
Yeah,
that was like our
Train
6th
to
episode.
Busan. Housebound.
I really did like Train to Busan.
And Housebound, yeah, early on.
Housebound.
Housebound was great too.
Quiet Place 2. Gremlins 2.
Yes.
You guys love Gremlins too.
My favorite thing, Nate, I'm looking at the list with Nate, and my favorite thing is like episode 5, episode 6. Lisa gave it high rankings. The next high ranking is until like 170. that is a 3-year stretch of shit.
I didn't expect the podcast to last more than a couple of months, and once I realized we were in it for the long haul, I was like, "Oh damn!"
Lisa got 2 maternity leaves in this podcast and is still here. So again, kudos to you, Lisa. Because this is our 250th episode, we're gonna bring back some old things. We're gonna bring back some new drops, and I think we have a lot of voicemail and a lot of questions we want to get to before we get into Killer Klowns from Outer Space.
Wait, hold on a second. You buried the lead here.
Oh.
What'd you guys think of my Clown These Klowns?
Oh my god.
Cover song.
Where do you have the
Really
time?
big after the whole movie. I was like, why did I watch this? I could have just listened to Nate's Run This Town cover, Slay These Clowns. That was excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's been a long time. We haven't done listeners who are coming in more recently have not heard some of the classic covers. Jason X Gonna Give It To You was a classic. The song that Lisa did for Tourist Trap, Plasterface is an all-time classic song. That was episode 12.
Yeah.
This is pre-kids. When kids, you got a lot more time to make parody horror movie covers.
Oh yeah, we were doing I had the whole studio set up. I was making Nate do 40 takes.
Why was I doing so many takes?
Because you weren't doing it right. Now you know how to get it, but man, we had to redo X Gonna Give It To You because we did one copy and then unsuspecting.
Just imagine that. Imagine this. I'm Miles Teller and Mitch is J.K. Simmons from Whiplash, and that was basically how it worked. No. That's basically how it went. Yeah.
Go check those out. We have music videos out for those. I mean, we clipped a number of them. I always like the "I'll Be There for You" with Monkey Shines. Ella's there for you.
That was good.
That was a solid one.
Dracula Wasn't Me from Shaggy.
Oh, that was good.
Oh.
We did have some good ones.
Yeah,
those were good.
We got to go back. We might have to go back and revisit a few of these.
Well, I'm a Zombiever from the Monkees. That was a class. That was
classic.
Taylor's first episode.
Yeah,
classic.
Yeah, you came in on that. That was a high note. Oh goodness. All right. Well, look, I want to hear from our loyal listeners. So let's get into it. Let's get into it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
I haven't played that in a hot minute. And we also promised Lisa we wouldn't play the Lighthouse Drop today.
Yeah, out of respect.
Look,
thank you.
We've got a number of things, so we'll try and get through them. I want to start off from Twitter. We had one of our favorite listeners, Nick from Singapore, our number one fan in Singapore, wanted to ask a few questions. The first says, "Hey guys, congrats on 250. Sorry, Lisa." You'll notice that "Sorry, Lisa" comes out in many messages tonight. All right, so Nate, you and I have a question first. So,
okay, yes.
What is a movie that would make you consider switching teams from Basement Attic? And he's a Basement Attic movie that's so terrifying that would make you consider switching sides.
Oh, I mean, there's creepy basement. There's creepy basement movies. I mean, there's some very creepy basement movies. So I will say, People Under the Stairs was a rough go for basements. It's a whole like humans cattle compound in a house in Chicago. Not great. And it hit home with the Chicago too. So that was a double one. I'd say People Under the Stairs. That because it is plausible. So yeah. That's a creepy basement.
That's fair.
Also Slice, if you want to go Chicago, double Chicago. Go Slice, People Under the Stairs. Could not be more different movies, but both Chicago. What about for Attic, Mitch?
I'm torn. I'm between two of them.
There's so many. So
I got one.
Oh, Lisa. Okay.
If you need to think.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
That one that we watched with the girl in the attic and the key, and at the end of the movie, I'm spoiling it, but I can't even tell you the name of the movie right now. They swap bodies or whatever.
Oh, the Skeleton Key.
Yes,
yeah,
that was
Louisiana
creepy.
And Louisiana to boot. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Voodoo Attic is like the worst combination.
Voodoo Attic's rough.
Of things.
Sinister is kind of up there just because home movies, and it's. If I'm being honest, Sinister's probably there. Maybe The Grudge, because there's that whole part where she like comes down all that. That was pretty terrifying.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's between those two. Maybe an honorable mention to Hereditary. But
I forgot Hereditary. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Is that treehouse at the end? Is that also attic-y?
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
It's more attic than basement. So
I'll give you that.
I'll
give you that. I'll give you that one. Even though you never give me crawl spaces or cellars somehow. Like we have to have a whole semantics argument. Exactly.
It's a whole nother word. What do you mean?
I would have thought Evil Dead wouldn't have made you go off of like basement.
Fruit cellar. Now it's a fruit cellar.
Oh my god. All right, I can't even. Nick also has a question for Lisa. Could you name 3 movies as a starter pack for an unsuspecting victim's journey into horror?
That's a good question.
Oh, sorry. Nick also said, P.S. Bring Basement versus Attic month back, you cowards. Fair enough.
Okay.
All right.
Cowards.
It's on the list. It's on the list.
You just made the list.
Don't worry.
Yeah. Don't worry, Nick. We got you. Lisa,
We're not scared.
So 3 movies, but specifically not like Edward Scissorhands, like actual horror films. So no.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
know.
All right.
Jeez Louise.
Everyone knows your tricks now, Lisa.
You mentioned Train to Busan. Is that in the starter pack? I know you like that one quite a bit.
Yes, I think that's in the starter pack. I think A Quiet Place is in the starter pack.
Solid.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
It's just a very different kind of horror movie, you know. So that's a really good one. And I'm trying to think of, I would say those and Housebound.
Housebound.
Because Housebound is really, you know, it's a comedy horror. There's creepy stuff in it, but it kind of eases you into the whole thing. And then it really just depends on what bugs you, right? Like if serial killers scare you, I'm not going to make you watch any slashers right off the bat. If ghosts scare you, you're not going to watch any of the Conjuring stuff right off the bat, you know?
Yeah.
So it really just depends on what gets your goat. But I think those 3 are good.
That's what Mitch did to you, right? He asked you what you liked, and then we picked the movies meticulously based on those.
This son of a gun tried to. No, don't even, Mitch. I can see your face.
What was that?
Came in with The Ring right off the bat and said, "All right, we're watching The Ring." Said, we were almost not together because of that.
Was that like the test? Like, you don't get a ring until you watch The Ring? Was that what it was?
Nailed it.
Shut up, Mitch.
Look, I got
you're looking for some more jewelry. You got to watch Ring 2 then. See,
look, I need. Oh my god, yeah, that was for our 10-year for the next
exactly.
Ring 2, 30 years. So watch the Rings.
Why does our wedding anniversary stone have a well etched into it? That's so weird. What's going on here? Yeah.
I don't even know where to go with that. Look, Nick has one last question. We'll move on. And Taylor, feel free to jump in on this. But Nate, Lisa, and I, we have kids. And the question is, what's the first horror film, like actual horror film, not Tim Burton film? He really knew how we were going to cop out of this. What's the first horror film we're going to introduce our respective kids to?
That's hilarious. It's already happened. What do you mean?
Yeah, Nate didn't wait. We have waited.
My son and I watched 1957, Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee, Curse of Frankenstein last weekend. So you start with older horror films that are less scary, would be my strategy. He also watched Village of the Damned with me. Yep. And he said, "What's happening to those kids' eyes?" It's like, he gets it. So yeah, 50s and 60s horror films.
He'll be watching The Witch next year. So
yeah, no.
Followed by The Wailing. So one any of those is. I'm surprised you haven't started with Leprechaun.
Hey, son. I made a birthday video for you. It's the Poughkeepsie tapes. Like, oh, no.
Jesus.
No, but yeah. I would start with the 50s and 60s horror films. They are less gruesome. But still have some creepy things. He just kept asking about Frankenstein's face in Curse of Frankenstein. He's like, his face has a lot of owies on it. Was said multiple times.
Yeah.
So it's good. See, maybe learn a little empathy along the way. See, horror films can teach.
Lisa, where would you go? I'm very curious. Really off the back of your last answer.
I got to deal with these children. I'm not showing them shit.
That's fair. Maybe this is more of a question for me. Taylor, what about you?
Can you imagine, like, has your kids done this? Because my kid has. Like, all of a sudden, like, they're supposed to be in bed and you kind of turn around. They're kind of like hiding, like, behind like a couch or something, like watching something, or like just like kind of hanging out. Like, all of a sudden, like,
but I've had a kid wake me up in the middle of the night 1 inch from my face.
Okay. Yeah. That's always good. But like Nick, like when you guys watch, Mitch, when you watch The Sickness, right?
Yeah.
Like, I watched it at night, but I watched it upstairs, kind of, nearish by, with headphones nearish by where my kids' rooms are. And I was like, I should really turn around and just double check there's no kids here because this would be dramatic. This would be very dramatic if they saw this. If they saw this zombie, cut off someone's leg and then immediately vomit onto it. I feel like that would be bad. So I'm now checking to make sure that during movies like that, there's no one sneaking up behind me at night. So just a tip for you horror parents.
Now, Taylor, you aren't a horror parent yet, but one day you might be. And Taylor, what would you go? What are you going Zombievers right off the bat, or are you going to go Birdemic first, work them in? How are you?
Surfs up, dude.
Yeah. I will never make anyone watch Birdemic, especially not people I love. So
you're like, interesting. Oh, you got in a fight at school. Okay, well now you're watching Birdemic. Is that it?
I feel like the movies. And obviously, I have no idea how I'll feel as a parent, but I feel like the movies that come to mind are Brightburn and Children of the Corn, because I think kids should know that other kids can be terrifying, and you shouldn't just trust kids. You should be able to identify the scary kids. I think that's a good lesson in life.
No.
So. You're like, hey, it's a Memorial Day weekend. We're watching The Good Son. And
oh my God. See, if you're bad, mommy's going to just chunk you off the
So you're using it as like a PSA for your kid. This is like a survival guide for your kid, basically. Is what
why not? I don't know.
Okay. Damn. All right. It's like, hey, so you're going to kindergarten. You're going to watch. We need to talk about Kevin. All right. Let's do it.
Yeah. I mean, I was also the kid who got recurring nightmares from watching Scooby-Doo. So I'm more with Lisa. Like my son encouraging nightmares.
Exactly.
My son has watched every episode of Scooby-Doo. My son has watched every episode of Scooby-Doo already multiple times, and he's 3.
That's because Scooby-Doo teaches you that people are the real monsters. That's what I say. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Things.
So I really like Lisa's pick of a Quiet Place for like the general horror fan, and that could even be a good one for kids. Honestly, if I'm actually being serious, I'd probably pick the original Poltergeist. No real body count, but still pretty terrifying. That's one I watched as a kid. And still a healthy fear of clowns, of dead trees, and Indian burial grounds. I feel like that's the triumvirate.
I think for real. I mean, I'm already doing part of this, but. I would say Gremlins is a really good gateway-ish one too. Gremlins 2, Shot Gremlin, Mitch's favorite character probably in cinema. Shot Gremlin. Those are really solid, cute, cuddly things. Then they freak out, but it's not bad. I mean, they made the PG-13 rating for Gremlins basically.
Yeah.
So, not bad.
Now, we've got a couple voicemails. So let's get to the first one. And apologies. Nick, thanks so much for sending us in, and thanks for listening, man. We love hearing from you, and we will work on getting that international number. I don't know. Keep writing into Google, I guess, for that.
867-5309. We got it.
There you go. Got it. Let's get to our verse voicemail. I think this one is from our good friend, Victor.
Hey, guys. It's Victor. Just want to say congratulations on the 250th episode. You guys bring so much joy and so much happiness to all your fans, and I know you guys help me get through my day and week, so I just want to say congratulations. You guys always kill it, no pun intended, and I can't wait till you guys hit 500, 1,000, and we just keep the train going.
Oh, my God.
All right, have a good day, guys. Bye.
Oh, my God. Lisa just had a heart attack. Lisa, are you okay? She's not on video, so I can't tell.
Oh yeah! Wow,
Lisa, thoughts.
Yeah, where you at?
Thank you so much for that voicemail. Because yes, it has been 5 years, and it's been a long 5 years. But to know that even a few people love listening to us and follow us just makes me happy. So, yeah, it's been a long journey. I'm sure we'll go on for quite a while more, but
oh man, look at that! She's already.
She wouldn't commit to a number though. That makes me.
Now you're trapped.
Quite a while longer.
We're gonna do episode 2000 from Mars. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh my god.
Okay. let's see what else. I mean, just some other just short messages too. Beckman on Instagram mentioned this is incredible. 250. Wow, congratulations, guys, and God bless Lisa for putting up with you. I mean, every email we got was like, Lisa's a trooper, and we're lucky to have it. My favorite one I did get was someone. There's a thing in Stranger Things going on, Nate. I don't know, you don't watch it, but there's a piece without giving too much away because I know Stranger Things people are still getting through it. But the bad guy is actually done by Robert Englund in season 4. It's this thing called
interesting.
Vecna. And at one point they find out that playing a person's favorite song can help protect them when in their encounters, right?
Oh, okay.
And so someone showed a screenshot and they're showing them put the headphones on and then getting out of the trance. And someone put song lyrics, and it's the song lyrics to Limp Bizkit's Rollin'. And someone asked if you and I did this. And I mean, half the stuff that we get, I honestly think we get more Limp Bizkit memes and stuff than we do horror stuff. Maybe we should just start a Limp Bizkit podcast on the side, Nate. What do you think? I don't know that we can make it 250 episodes of Limp Bizkit.
I could. What do you mean?
That's fair. That's fair.
Keep on rolling, baby.
Oh my goodness.
Classic. Yeah, Limp. I mean, it's my favorite song.
Texas Starfish Massacre.
Look, if anything, God, that's something. No, I mean, I think Limp Bizkit would be great, like to take you out of a trance. Like, I feel like Limp Bizkit is a solid choice for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's got good driving beat. Yeah,
like I feel like if you're in a trance, like a slow, chill song is not going to get you out of it.
What if it's Behind Blue Eyes?
You're done for.
Yeah, that would be. I'm thinking more.
Yeah,
break stuff.
You need Wes Borland to show up. Someone also sent us a drink recipe for me. So thank you, Sal, for the human centipede, which is vanilla ice cream, peach puree, white cake batter, graham cracker crumbs, and Dr. McGillicuddy's raw vanilla liqueur.
That is incredible.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
It scored a 5.5 out of 8.5 on whatever website he grabbed this from. And frankly, that's probably what I'd scored the human centipede.
That's higher
itself.
than the movie.
Yeah.
That scored higher than the movie. So you're probably, wow, that is incredible.
So send me your drink recipe. We need to start doing like the drink per movie thing like we used to do.
We did that once or twice, I think.
Yeah, we did a few of that.
Wow. Would you drink that, Taylor? Would you drink that? Human centipede?
Can you drink it? It's basically
so
cake.
Sweet. Yeah, it sounds like a milkshake.
Yeah.
I would try it, but
a boozy milkshake doesn't sound so bad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, those are good.
Okay. All right.
It sounds super sweet though, so I don't think could have a whole lot of it.
All right, we got.
It doesn't sound from the name. I was expecting something horrifying. That actually sounds too pleasant for a human centipede inspired.
Yeah, there need to be some sort of chocolate something in there. This is too nice, too good of a drink.
Oh no.
We have one other voicemail, and this one is a very special voicemail. I haven't listened to it yet, but I saw who it was from. I recognize. Sometimes you see enough numbers, you recognize them, and I recognize this one off the bat. I almost picked this one up, so I'm glad I didn't.
Hi, this is Nate's mom, and I wanted to congratulate you all for 250 episodes of the podcast. That's a great accomplishment. I wanted to give you guys a 5-star review and request the movie Gretel and Hansel to be reviewed on your podcast. Okay, Nate, I'm throwing you a bone. Sorry, Mitch and Lisa. I have to say, one of the things I really like is when Nate and Mitch start singing part of a song that picks up on the wording of the review being given. That always makes me laugh. And since you all are musically inclined, I wanted to know that if there was some dark horror movie musical, what group or band would you like to do the soundtrack? Or what is a song that would be perfect for that horror movie musical? Anyway, keep up the good work. Bye.
So Mitch, when you make Repo the Genetic Opera 2, what band are you getting in there? Thanks. By the way, thanks, Mom.
First of all,
great question.
Thanks, Nate's mom. You're a champ.
Yeah, Nate's mom was the original unsuspecting victim for Nate.
She really has been. She's watched. She's pro Quiet Place also. By the way, for that. But
there you go.
I mean, look, Fred Durst is already doing is already a movie director. He recently directed John Travolta in The Fanatic, which is one of the worst reviewed movies of that year, which we also need to watch. I think Fred Durst. I think Fred Durst could and Limp Bizkit could be in a horror musical. I mean, what do you think about Anna and the Apocalypse 2 with Fred Durst, Taylor? What do you think about that? I know you're a big Anna and the Apocalypse fan.
I don't know who Fred Durst is, so sorry. But
what?
Are you serious?
Limp Bizkit.
Oh
my God.
Not really.
Oh no.
Oh, Nate is dying. If you're on YouTube watching this, you can watch Nate's soul just leave his body right now.
No.
It's fantastic.
God. My soul just left my backwards red Yankees hat. They did the Mission Impossible 2 theme song.
I'm sure they did.
I'm sure.
Oh my God.
I'm sure they did.
I don't recall that movie either. I don't know if I've seen all the Mission
Oh
Impossibles
my
and if I have them
God.
blurred together. So
Wow. Okay. Well, now I'm gonna flip it on you. So apparently not Fred Durst and Limp Bizkit. What's a band that you would want to do a horror musical? And to be honest, if it's a horror musical like Anna and the Apocalypse, it doesn't really have to be a hard, a hard metal band or hard rock band or anything like that. What band are you picking, Taylor, for a horror musical?
I would want to see what Lady Gaga would do with a horror movie.
Okay,
I think she could do something fun.
Oh yeah.
Very theatrical.
Yeah.
That's what I would pick.
She was in
That's a
American
great
Horror
pick.
Story too. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. That's not all right.
She's a good actress. She's a great songwriter. She's a great vision for things. I think she can make something cool.
So she does the music and acts. She's doing the Will Smith
Maybe.
from Wild
I don't
Wild
know.
West.
She can do what she
in
wants
this.
to do.
Okay. All right.
I trust her vision, but I don't know. I think it'd be cool.
Damn, that's a good one.
I think a lot of people in meat dresses could be a
That's
thing.
exactly what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. It's a pro-vegetarian movie with people in meat dresses.
Fresh the musical. By Lady
Fresh
Gaga.
the musical. Fresh to Lady Gaga. Oh man.
I don't actually want to see that, to be clear.
No, too late. It's already out. All right, Mitch. What do you got? What do you got, Mitch?
Oh man. Well, I mean, like you already said, Repo already exists, so it's so hard to figure it out.
You saying it's so hard to beat Repo, the genetic opera?
It is.
Which we still have not done as an episode. And I wasted all of my time watching that. That's probably the movie during this entire 5 years. We watched a lot of garbage. And I remember watching Repo and then we didn't do the episode. I was like, what a waste of my time.
Yeah, we were going to have friend Drew Yari show up and then.
What a waste of my time.
In fact, Drew Yari, if you're listening, message us so we can actually record this episode and schedule it. Poor guy, we made him watch it too, and he was like, "Why?" And I was like,
"Why?
We gotta delay this, but we'll get right back to you." And then we just forgot.
Think about it this way, Taylor. Think about it this way: the best actor in the movie was Paris Hilton. Think about it that way. That's what this movie is. That is not hyperbole. That is accurate.
In a word, incredible. That's what it is.
Sounds hot.
Paris Hilton has the most emotional range of any character in this movie. Is factual.
Yeah. You're making me want to watch it.
Oh my God! Why?
Oh man.
Damn it! I'm failing here.
I would have wanted. So if I were picking a band, I would pick. I mean, just a band I really like, but the Dresden Dolls. They don't play together anymore. But Amanda Palmer is a vaudeville-esque kind of piano drum duet. Basically, their stuff's awesome, and I feel like just they write pretty interesting subject matter. Nate, I feel like thought I was gonna pick Skinned, which is I
know you like Skinned. They already
true
do that.
crime, but they already do songs about all different true crime stuff, which they're good, but you're just gonna get a true crime movie. Dresden Dolls would have given you, I think, something a little bit more kind of old school vaudeville, over the top kind of thing, and that would have been like almost like Freak Show type stuff, which would have been good.
I will say my real answer is AFI. If anyone knows what AFI is.
We getting a Miss Murder movie? Oh, Lisa,
AFI,
Lisa, 100% in.
Very theatrical, very theatrical. If you need eye makeup for a band in a movie, they got you covered. but very theatrical. And they could just probably use their existing songs, to be honest.
Would you entertain like a whole emo mashup? Like, are you gonna hit MCR? Is My Chemical Romance gonna be there? Are you gonna get Vil Velo from him? Are you gonna get like?
No.
I mean, there's a lot. Him. I mean, at least comes with titles.
It's gonna be. If I'm gonna do a multiple of bands, it's gonna be AFI. It's gonna be The Used, probably. Maybe throw a splash of like Taking Back Sunday in there.
Wait,
I'm not My Chemical Romance fan, so I don't really like them at all, to be honest.
Well, that's unfortunate. Well, this has been a great 250 episodes. Nate, have a great life. We'll catch you in the next project, whenever we decide to do solo. How dare you? How dare you? MCR is life, but we'll move on. Lisa, who are you picking?
I'm picking who I thought you were going to pick, Mitch.
Jennifer Love Hewitt. She's got albums, baby.
Full circle, baby.
She got multiple albums.
Mitch, sit down in your seat and calm down.
I will do no such thing.
Mitch cannot calm down. Jennifer Love Hewitt doing a horror musical is like, it's like Mitch's bucket. It's like 30 items from Mitch's bucket list get crossed off at one time.
Please tell me the album's called What Are You Waiting For? God damn, I could. Okay, we're gonna make this happen. Jennifer Love Hewitt's agent, please call me. I got ideas to spit. Lisa, who did you think I was gonna go with?
Just a reminder, her first album was called Let's Go Bang. I just want to remind everyone that was the second album.
That was the second album.
Sorry. Anyway, go. Sorry, Lisa.
There's a lot of things that could make me stop doing this podcast.
Jennifer Love Hewitt's our guest.
One more Jennifer Love Hewitt reference might
I'm
do it.
I'm out.
Oh. So what I thought Mitch was going to pick before I was so rudely interrupted was Rammstein.
Oh, Rammstein.
Thought about it.
I feel like you could literally take the existing Rammstein songs today and make a horror movie out of it. Easy.
Oh, that's true. I do sing Rammstein Stripped to my kids to get them to come do something. Because the song starts, "Come with me."
That's a weird thing to admit on a
it works.
On a radio on a podcast is going to live
when
out.
I say that,
once this goes out on the internet, it's out there, Nate. It doesn't go away. I just want you to understand the implication.
When I want them to come, like,
do you do it in the voice?
Place.
Let me see you stripped. Like, are you really?
I usually don't get that far. I usually go, "Come with me and do the trees."
No. No.
I do. I am not kidding. I do that. We lay on the grass.
I don't know.
And let hours pass. I do that all the time. That happens.
Yeah, I did sing the Buddy song from the new
Child's Play. That was you.
And then Damien actually got like retweeted by Mark Hamill singing it. So
there you go.
That was a
teach your kids.
If the podcast has done nothing else for me, I got a retweet from him and Bear McCreary, both of them. That was a big day.
There you go. Yeah,
for him.
But can Triple X ever beat? Can Rammstein ever beat their turn in Triple X? They were in the movie Triple X with Vin Diesel.
Boy, Fry. I know
Fry. They played. So yeah.
It's
can you ever beat that? That's the hard part. But yeah, that one could be good. And if it's German, I mean, can we just go Human Centipede 4 and just get full German on this? Rammstein doing Human Centipede the musical would be incredible.
Now, we need to talk about the elephant in the room before we get into this movie, because we need to get into this movie. But Nate's mom, just me and you talking right now. Ignore your son. Just me and you. Love you to death. You're like the best. You can't just say 5-star review and then yell at a movie. That's like doing the Michael Scott I declare bankruptcy. That's not how that works. But I appreciate the thought. However,
what's that? What's that? I hear the iTunes review music coming in. That was a wrestling reference. Yes, it was. That was like the breaking glass sound from Stone Cold Steve Austin's.
Wrestling fans listening in, please let us know how Nate's
5-star review from Apple Podcasts. I gotta do it, Mitch, from Try Bry Guy 1984. That is a hit.
This can't be real. This is got to be a
All
burner
caps.
account from Nate.
All caps. If no one else will do it, then I will. 5 stars for Hansel and Gretel. It's Gretel and Hansel. Team Basement and Free Lisa! Exclamation point. There you go.
No,
Good, I'll free myself from that.
Then we're gonna
episode,
watch. Then we're gonna
Yes.
watch explicitly Hansel and Gretel, not Gretel. No, so you gotta.
No, there actually is a Hansel and Gretel. I looked it up. I looked it up just now. There is,
and
a
it's
Hansel
probably
and
better
Gretel.
than the movie you meant to say. So
No, it's the one that was meant. So that's 1.5 reviews for Gretel and Hansel. So.
All right, then nut it. Far be it from me.
The people have spoken.
The people have spoken.
This
God
episode,
damn it.
now we can end the episode. Now the episode can be over. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted.
Well, look, you can leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. Send it in to us. Don't declare it like bankruptcy, but otherwise, let us know. Leave us a voicemail. At 346-246-3143. As always, thank y'all so much for listening in for 5 years. Good
I'm
Lord.
looking forward to Lisa's mom calling in. What's Lisa's mom?
Just remember,
Lisa's mom calls in. Well, how could you do this to my daughter? Like, that's how it starts. That would be incredible.
I want to make sure, but there's a new a caveat to the 5-star review. If you do 5-star reviews and you say don't do this movie, then I will accept that. So if you have a 5-star review and said don't do Gretel and Hansel, it cancels out. So it's
okay. Well, I guess Taylor is gonna make an account and say don't do Birdemic 2.
Yeah, I am positive. Try Bry Guy is Nate's burner account, but feel free to call in that voicemail. I want to, what? All I ask, Try Bry Guy, if you're listening right now, all I ask is you call in that voicemail, and I want you to tell me what it is about this movie. I think you're doing well. To be fair, they're probably doing it.
I feel like Try Bry Guy just got grounded by the voice that you just used.
I know, right? I know. I feel like you're doing. I mean, I don't feel like you would like this movie. I get the sense from the voice. This is really just to punish me for something because I have the audacity to think attics are a better thing than basements, which I'm
God.
right.
Call
all need
in.
to just
call in on this. I want to hear that.
We're gonna do
That's
it.
Incredible.
We are gonna get Gretel and Hansel for that 5-star review. So thank you very much. Thank you all.
Oh man,
this has absolutely gone off the rails. But we need to get into this week's movie of the week. Killer Klowns from Outer Space.
It was a night like any other night. Then something happened. You see that? Something different.
It's no shooting star.
Why here? Why now? Why clowns? They've been knocking them dead all over the universe.
What are you gonna do? Knock my block off?
Soon they'll be doing it at a theater near you.
Killer Klowns from Outer Space.
Pizza?
Maybe they're just cruising through the galaxy and stopped here for a bite to eat.
You don't need a police pal, you need a psychiatrist. They want to play games? They're messing with the wrong guy.
What are you in for?
Killer Klowns from Outer Space. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
That was I'm embarrassed for them like 30 whatever years ago.
At least they snuck in that sweet ass theme song in the trailer.
Yeah, I will say the music very positive in this one.
Taylor, what can you tell us about Killer Klowns from Outer Space?
It's truly exactly what it sounds like. It is killer clowns from outer space arriving in some extremely random town that happens to love circus themed things already. So it's like a perfect place for them. And they start killing people, capturing them in cotton candy cocoons.
Yeah, that's
it.
It's they look, you know 100% what you're getting into when you walk into this movie.
No, you don't.
not completely, but yeah.
This movie is about as highly rated on IMDb as Nate's favorite movie, Tourist Trap. So that tells you something. Nate, what can you tell us about this movie?
This movie was released in 1988 by the Chiodo brothers. Chiodo brothers never done another movie after this. Why? When you end on top, why would you ever do it? That being said, they're working on a sequel right now and potentially a TV show. Can you imagine the Clowniverse, Lisa, is coming for you. So just
I even specifically asked Mitch, I said, is there a sequel to this piece of crap?
Not. They've been trying. They've been trying for like 20 years. It's a long time. They have, in the meantime, they've done Halloween Horror Nights at Universal. And they've had Killer Klowns for 2 straight years right before the pandemic. And it was a hit. Return of the Killer Klowns from Outer Space in 3D is supposedly the sequel that's getting developed right now. John Massari, who did the amazing score to this original film, supposedly already did the music for the movie. So it should be coming in the future, TBD. So get ready for that. Look, Top Gun just came out. What was that, like 1986? Right?
Mm-hmm.
This is 1988. You just give it like another year or two, and we basically got 30 plus year sequels all over the place. Hocus Pocus 2 is coming out this year, Lisa. Is another like 30-year gap for movies. I mean, what movie? What sequels are they gonna make next? Tourist Trap 2 is now prime to happen, Mitch, at this point. So I was looking at Killer Clown, and this is I'm Taylor. I'm very pleased that you are here because life is like a circle. Things come back in your life. There's common themes that happen. And I was looking at the cast list for Killer Klowns from Outer Space, and I was looking at a certain character in this movie called Farmer Gene Green, who has does the dog die.com answer on this movie is I think pretty sure a resounding yes. But I looked at Farmer Gene Green and I saw this guy's name was Royal Dano, and I go, I have seen so many movies and looked at IMDb for so many movies that I recognized him immediately as the grandfather of Hutch Dano, who's Sam in Zombievers, who literally said, "Surf's up, dude," to the dog and threw him in the water for Zombievers to kill him. That's right. We have the grandfather of that guy in this movie. And I knew that off the top of my head. So I don't know. Maybe I should quit.
Impressed and concerned, Nate.
Maybe I should quit the podcast before Lisa. I don't know what is happening, but I knew that off the top. I go, oh, Royal Dano, that's the guy. Oh my God. And I had to look it up to check. I'm like, yes, I was correct. So, I mean, the perfect tie-in, Taylor, for you to be here. So very, very
incredibly loose thread you've managed.
Loose thread. It's the guy's grandpa. Come on. It's perfect. I mean, 2 of the best movies ever made by 2 relatives. It's crazy. The stars of this movie are Mike Tobacco. The characters are Mike Tobacco and Debbie Stone, which are very 80s names because those are my parents' names. So literally Mike and Debbie. Mike Tobacco, Debbie Stone, Farmer Gene Green. Did they even attempt in this movie to do anything? is other than the effects and the clown outfits.
Why bother?
Which were later used also in Ernest Scared Stupid, Mitch, which I know you would appreciate. Yes, they were.
I like it.
I appreciate that. I love that.
There you go.
I like you're coming at me with that, but Lisa's all over it. Like,
yeah,
it's
exactly. Exactly. So,
Maniac.
Yeah. Is it Malk?
Why have we not done that movie?
Ernest Scared Stupid. Malk. That's right. I can put it on the list. The Chiodo brothers got their start doing effects. They did the effects for Critters, Mitch. Then they got this movie, which Mitch and I reviewed Critters. Spoiler alert, not very good. So, the actors and actresses in this, other than Royal Dano, which is the greatest pull I've ever done in the show, could not care less. Other than Suzanne Snyder, who plays Debbie Stone, she was Brenda in Return of the Living Dead and Deb in Weird Science. So she had a brief run in the 80s, and then it ended. So there was that. In 1989, she was in a movie called The Preppy Murder. Remember, there were TV movies, and some of the TV movies had Alec Baldwin's brother in them. That's this one. It's it's pretty great. And Laura Flynn Boyle. Well-known character actor John Vernon in this movie was Curtis Mooney, the policeman who is the crotchety policeman who's just like, I feel like they should have billed him for the scenery because he was eating it so much in this movie. It was incredible. He is a well-known character actor as the uptight dude who always wants people to not have fun. Mayor in Dirty Harry, the dean in Animal House.
Yep.
And he plays Dr. Stone in Airplane 2, the sequel. Is that a reference to his work with Debbie Stone in this movie? Probably not, but potentially. So I'd like to think that it was. The taglines for this is, "It's crazy." Just like the end of the thing. I got Taylor on that one. I had to wait for you to take a drink. In space, no one can eat ice cream. These are bad. Alien bozos with an appetite for close encounters. These are some of the worst taglines that have ever existed.
They're not great.
What is
Step right
the
up.
Ice cream one. That's so weird.
Yeah.
In space, no one can eat ice cream.
Well, in space, no one can hear you scream.
Oh,
in space, no one can hear you ice cream. No, it's based. That's the tagline from Alien. Is in space, no one can hear you scream.
Yeah.
In this one is in space, no one can eat ice cream. I feel like my Run This Town Tonight cover had better wording than this. That's just me. Step right up and see the greatest show in the galaxy. Admission is free. ... Will you survive? And the greatest
So
show
many
on
words.
earth. The greatest show on earth. ... Just not of Earth. And the of has asterisks next to it. So
These are horrible.
Last one. I'm not done.
That one
I'm not done.
comparatively was the best, but
I'm not done.
Yeah.
Horrific Harlequins with an appetite for close encounters.
Did Adam West write these?
Very bad. I love it. They're so bad they're good. Just taglines, which is incredible. So the movie, it was a $2 million budget, primarily on the production costs,
On
the
the
visual
taglines.
effects, the tagline. Yeah, if you pay by the word, and then the effects were done by the Chiodo brothers on a very shoestring budget, as you could tell from all the stuff. Yeah. So yeah, it's clearly a B, almost C movie. Yeah, obviously when it was made, they got some killer music, if you will, and like a synth soundtrack that's like kind of awesome. It's generating sequels 30 years later. So I mean, that's all you really need to know. It's got a bunch of songs from a band called the Dickies, which I did listen to this week on Spotify numerous times. The songs are pretty catchy. So do recommend go and check that out. And then the song, The Killer Clown March by John Massari doing the score is, I guess, a cult classic as well. It's a banger. I would say. Yeah, that's it. That's it on the movie. Any thoughts? Mike Tobacco, Debbie Stone, Dave the Cop.
Well, there are thoughts, I'm sure.
What are you guys thinking about this movie? And it was a tight 86 minutes when I watched it. So what do you guys think?
It's been a while since we've done Are These Cops Competent? But I feel like that's
there is all of the competence went to one cop, and then all the rest have zero. It's like one person is like a 9. Everyone else is a 1 in the entire precinct. I don't know what happened there. But there's one good cop, which is, that's something better than Brightburn. Taylor is glad. Yeah. Brightburn had no good. There's zero.
Better than most movies.
This one had 1. So there's that.
Dave was okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, additional thoughts, just general thoughts on the movie. What credits are rolling. Taylor was saying she watched all the way through the credits because the music was so fire.
I watched till the Killer Klowns song ended. I don't know if it lined up exactly.
Okay.
As soon as it ended, I was out of there.
But
that's all I'm staying for. But I did appreciate you saying that they've used this for Halloween Horror Nights, because I was thinking the thing I really liked in this movie was some of the set pieces were actually really cool. Yeah, like the spaceship, I was like, this is cool. I would want to go with this as a haunted house.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, Halloween Horror Nights. That makes perfect sense. Like I would absolutely go to that and go to that section. That would be cool. Otherwise.
Yeah, I was just going to agree with you. The set design for this was, for whatever low ass budget they had, was really good.
I'm glad to hear you say that, Lisa, because that's where I've already booked our vacation for this year.
Wonderful.
Hey, honey, we're going to our anniversary in October. We didn't get married in October. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
So
it comes with unlimited popcorn, right? So it's fine.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, that's popcorn and cotton candy.
This is the second movie now with the popcorn related murder and mayhem.
And this is and I hadn't watched this movie since I was in college, so it was quite a while. Okay. I hadn't seen it in like a little over a decade. And did Troll 2 just rip off this movie? Can we real talk here for a second? Troll 2 just straight ripped this movie off.
Oh yeah.
Like the faces of the clowns are very similar to the trolls. Yeah. And they come to Earth and they're doing all these things. And then like the popcorn and like the weird shenanigans. Hey, do you know the sheriff's name in Troll 2? Gene Freak. What's the name of the farmer in this one? Gene Green. Coincidence? I think not. They straight up ripped it off, it was disappointing. I felt like I lost respect for Troll 2, even more so than I possibly could have. Which was it was sad. I'm
sorry you had to go through
bittersweet moment for episode 250. A lot of highs, a lot of lows, just like podcast. No, but I mean, like I thought the music was fantastic.
I was shocked when I got to the credits. And I was listening to the song and I was like, what song is this? Oh, this is an original song written for the movie. Wow.
It was kind of a banger. I was like,
it was.
Yeah.
It was.
I mean,
it was.
I read his band. The band was like, yeah, we don't want that to be one of our actual songs we play live. Like I think they recorded it, but I don't think they.
It's like when the Goo Goo Dolls did that Freddy movie. Oh, you think the Goo Goo Dolls are performing the songs from the Freddy movie on their live tour?
I hope Dokken was doing Dream Warriors.
Dokken was 100% doing Dream Warriors. They had no.
That's why Dokken's the best of all of them. But this is still a banger for sure. It's fire, like the kids would say. Maybe
it was say, Jesus. Well, if you say it like that doesn't help. No, what do we think about the acting in this? Because there are.
Hey, who cares?
I don't.
It's Killer Klowns are about her face.
I know, but like,
who cares?
The reason I bring it up is because, like Troll 2, where the mom is like dead faced,
right,
and the dad is like talking about taking his belt in for hunger pains, like really getting into it. And then the one guy's the lady's like, I want to take your little nuts and like whatever. There's a bunch of different acting levels happening in the movie. I feel like this movie. There are people who are acting real hard. There are people who are like what's my line? And your line is just the word stop. And they keep forgetting that word. Like it was that bad. And then there's like a lot of variety in the middle. I was wondering if there were maybe any performances that stuck out other than the animal balloon dog. Best performance.
The animal balloon dog was sweet.
Animal balloon dog, best performance. And Clownzilla was also a highlight.
I truly hated the two dudes in the ice cream truck so much.
You mean Rosencrantz and Guildenstern?
No, it's the Terenzi brothers. The Terenzi brothers. Incredible.
They were trying so hard they were acting hard, and I was like, I hate every moment they were on screen. I was like, please.
You're not buying ice cream from that place. Yeah. You're throwing the cans at them like the people at the top of the world.
I understood them as foils to the alien clowns of a couple of human clowns, but I still hated them so much.
Were you disappointed when their truck burst into flames and they weren't dead?
A little bit. I really never, from the very first scene, I was like, I hope we don't see too much of these guys. We saw far too much of them.
At the end, when they're look, Killer Klowns from Outer Space, who gives a shit for ruining it, obviously, but them not dying, I feel like made the town worse. Like at the end of the movie, like the town got a little bit worse.
Died.
What do you mean?
Like, Mooney sucked. The cops sucked.
What do you mean?
I could understand why he was like, it's those two guys. They're the whole problem. I was like, these dudes are a big problem in your town. I get it.
Right.
They're not the problem this time. But
Taylor's pro.
But I was like, I understand his reaction a little bit. Like
pro police brutality. Taylor, right here.
No, not at all. He was way too much. And obviously he was such a caricature, but like when everyone's calling and he's like, man, they're going too far with their marketing. I was like, those dudes would. He's right.
They would. Yeah. Okay. Well, you wanted them to die. All right, Lisa, what are you talking about the acting? I know you wanted to highlight somebody.
Oh, I thought the clowns were well acted because they each kind of did their own little, like the way they walked and stuff.
Yeah.
They kind of did their own little personalities, even though they were in the suits and didn't have much to work with. So they did a pretty good job.
I loved the clowns. I mean, they were the only thing that and the set pieces. But I totally agree with you, Lisa. They were unique. And there was some line, someone said it when they were like at the bar. They're like, these clowns aren't funny. I was like, these clowns are hilarious. These are some of the funniest clowns I've ever seen.
Yeah.
They're not funny when they're killing people in front of you, but I was like, they're funny. I don't know.
I will say that in terms of like invasion movies, these clowns are pretty like effective in terms of like the actual invasion goes pretty well.
Yeah.
Like they're really cocooning. They got there's so many people that got to bust out like the shop vac to like clean up all the cotton candy thing. Like there's so many bodies they've already gotten. They have to like get like a clown car vacuum.
It is a shop vac.
Yeah. And it is like, there's like vacuuming up the cotton candy people, put some people on bouncy balls. I mean, they're able to drive vehicles. They got a lot going for them, to be honest, invasion wise. If it wasn't for Dave Hansen, basically they would have won at this point. Yeah. Cop. Yeah. But he was good. I love Dave. I mean, like, why is Debbie Stone with Mike Tobacco? No offense to Mike Tobacco on this one, but it feels like he's bad for your health in this one. I would go with Dave Hansen personally. No? Let's ask the lady. Let's ask the ladies in the podcast. Mike Tobacco, Dave Hansen. Who you got?
Oh my gosh, nobody.
I was like, no, they're
like,
just gonna be awesome.
I want to go with.
I appreciate that they both were willing to like put their lives on the line. I was like, they could have both, like Mike Tobacco could have cut and run at some point, but he didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I appreciated that they both were like willing to get shit done, but they were. Mike kept doing weird voices, was not a fan of that.
Yes, that was a factor for me. Yeah. Too many voices.
So if I had to pick, I'd pick Dave. Also, Dave saved the town, so that's good. Did it make sense that he lived? Not at all.
Absolutely. He's
not at all.
Aim for the nose.
Good for him.
No, but that he survived the big explosion at the very end.
Yeah, he's fine.
In the car escape pod, randomly, like.
Yeah. That's a clown car.
Sure.
The clown car, the one thing indestructible from the entire big top exploding in the middle of the sky.
Exactly. Yes.
Like seconds after he pops the clown's nose, the thing explodes and he somehow gets in an escape pod. He's located an escape pod.
Well, he took those douchebags with him.
Well, no, he didn't know they were in there. With him.
I know, but I'm saying like he also got them out. Like, dang.
And that might be Dave's ultimate downfall.
Is that he saved their lives?
Well, to be fair, he didn't knowingly save their lives, right? That he was surprised that they were
Also,
still in there.
Mike's best friend. Mike is out.
That's what I'm saying. See, that's another mark against Mike. All right,
kids, you're all terrible.
There's secondhand jokes.
Oh my goodness.
No, what about Debbie Stone? So we got Mike Tobacco, Debbie Stone. What do you think about Debbie Stone here in this one? Any thoughts? A little bit of a blank canvas for a good part of the movie, but any feelings one way or another?
I liked her until they were driving from where they saw the spaceship to the police. And she was like, I have a friend. He's going to believe us. They had this what seemed like a reasonably long car drive. And she didn't use that time to think of what she's going to say to the dude. Instead, she just hops out and starts screaming, people are dead! People are dead! I was like, girl, you had so long to put.
This was one of the more erratic police reports we probably ever seen. Yeah, it was not great.
Maybe it was maybe actually pretty strategic. Good way to draw him in and make sure he listened to you. But I don't know. I was like, it sounds. Well, then Mike was zero help there. So
see,
yeah,
Mike's out. I'm team.
I liked Debbie. She seemed fun, and she was pretty smart. She's like, I don't want to go in the weird circus tent in the middle of nowhere. Very reasonable.
I mean, I think we're being a little harsh on Mike. Mike's not trained for this. He's just a dumb college kid. He stumbled on a bunch of killer clowns.
Once I see the doors from 2001: A Space Odyssey, I'm out. I'm not doing those turning. That's some bad shit is happening if that is your door system, right? Is that just me?
It's not great. It's not ideal.
Seemed bad. Like if that's going on, I'm out. I don't know. I'm out on that. So Lisa, so the clowns. So do you have a favorite clown? So they all have a personality. Was there was the clown that was trying to lure the little girl out of the restaurant your favorite clown? Which one are we talking about here?
I'm trying to remember them all. Well, I don't know. I think
there's a lot of clowns for sure.
There's a lot,
yeah.
But I was thinking in terms of the kills, probably the most interesting kill to me was the shadow puppet one.
The shadow puppet one stuck out for me the first time I saw it as a kid.
It's intense.
Yeah.
Shadow puppet was intense. Yeah.
The
knock your block off was obviously a classic.
Did this come after Jason Takes Manhattan, or was this before?
So this was 1988. And Jason Takes Manhattan was 1989. So,
I mean, there you go. Troll 2 may not be the only thing that's copied off this movie.
And that punch was intense. It's more of a rock'em sock'em robot kind of punch.
Well, yeah, as it should be.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah. It was good. I don't know. There was a couple. Can someone explain me the female clowns? Because there's like two of them in the whole like clown contingent. Yeah, clown. I don't know what was going on there necessarily, because there's like two female clowns and like nobody else. Like were they converting women in those balls into the female clowns, or how did that work exactly? That's what I was guessing.
I was confused on the balloons versus the cotton candy. Like they're like, she's in a balloon. I was like, why is she
balloon like keeping them fresher longer? That's what I was trying to think.
I think the only other person they put in the balloon was someone's wife. So I'm assuming that some women were getting captured in the balls, and then everyone else was just being turned into.
Were they getting impregnated to make the females though?
I don't know. I didn't want to go that far. From Taylor's expression, I'm going to say she doesn't want to either.
Oh.
I don't know. There were 2 female clowns that amounted to nothing but a weird joke with them, like all like with the brother or whatever.
I called her Jester Love Hewitt. So
you would have fit in well on that timeline.
We couldn't get away from we couldn't make it our 250th episode without that drop.
Good.
Yeah.
Where's the? Do we still have the bird drop? There's got to be another bird movie we could do with Taylor at some point here, very soon. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean the kills in this movie are one of the best things about it because it's also very unique. You don't really see a lot of very interesting and very thematically appropriate like kills like this.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really sad we didn't get to see whatever he was going to do with the big mallet. With the. I mean, I don't want to say some kill a kid, but like, yeah, I would have thought he'd hit someone in the shoe and their head pop off like those strongman games at the Midway. That would have been a tight kill that we didn't get to see. The puppet was great with Mooney.
Yeah, these clowns, how did they lose? They had so many abilities. It was almost ridiculous. They could play people like had their hand up their back, like my song from earlier. Had the guy's hand up his back, playing him like a puppet. He had the clown, had the makeup on and everything. Then it's like just destroyed that dude. The shadow thing. I mean, if you could do that,
yeah,
you shouldn't lose. You shouldn't be able to lose if you can do that. And if you have ray guns that just turn people instantly, like in theory, the combination of those 2 skills and having a clown Hulk Clownzilla at the end, all of that should just be a win. Like you have a lot of elements going for you that should mean
they had unlimited acid pies.
Yeah, they had popcorn that was like weird shit. They had all kinds of stuff. It was they should have won. Maybe they'll win in the sequel. Maybe they'll get the win that they deserve here. I don't know.
Dave alone should not have been able to beat them, but he somehow did.
Now, to be fair, Dave, I clearly pro Dave here. Apparently, I'm the most pro Dave. That guy was solid the whole time, trying to get the facts, believing people. It was his ex-girlfriend. He was like, I'm gonna go along, found the stuff, did the best he could. People in the ice cream truck, those douchebags trying to like ruin his car and have him like not be able to save the day. Like, get out of the fucking way. You're terrible. He did the best he could with what he had.
If it was anyone besides,
kill them,
if it was anyone besides his ex-girlfriend, would he have listened?
I think so. He seemed pretty by the book. He tried to get the old police guy to not, beat suspects all the time. This guy seemed pretty solid in general. I don't know. I
don't think he's investigating clowns unless it's his ex-girlfriend that he still is hung up on.
No.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not giving him enough credit.
All I gotta say is that when they do the sequel, if Insane Clown Posse is not involved in this, like what are we even doing at this point?
Do you really want Insane Clown Posse involved in this?
Yes, of course. Why would I not want them involved?
Only if they're also getting, exploded by,
dude, just take that thing that was at Universal, the Halloween Horror Nights, whatever, and just take it to the Gathering of the Juggalos the same year. You get double the revenue.
Oh my God. What if the next one is, at the Gathering of the Juggalos? That would be a lot to watch. Yeah. I don't know.
I say I want ICP to be involved in a cameo. I don't want him to do the music. That's the
problem is I feel like that's you're gonna get that though. I don't think you get away from that.
Wow.
And so
I don't know them. Those are great.
I want you to be aware of what you're signing up for. I don't know. What else do you want to talk about with this movie? Because it's the kills to me. I mean, there's not a whole.
The kills
lot
are great. They're very and the thing is, the clowns can basically do anything. Come out of toilets like snake monster things. They can just pop up in hampers that have been closed the whole day, like a magic trick. I don't even know how that was even possible. How did they get in there? It was nuts. So Taylor, any favorite kills in this one? There's a lot of people die in this one. Die / get cocooned. Like any highlights for you on this one?
I just in general enjoyed when they really leaned in on like they're clowns and we're going to use clown things.
Everything about clowns we put on a list and they got in the movie. Like everything.
Yeah, like you said, the balloon animal dog, even when she's trying to escape the bathroom and she looks out, they have the tiny little trampoline. Like there are just details that were so funny and really felt like, like you're going to make a clown movie. This is the way to do it.
I feel
they were
like
creepy, but they were also funny. Like, I don't know. It was a good balance. They struck a good balance there.
This probably does Leprechaun better than Leprechaun does it. Now that I'm thinking it, because it's got the inventive kills with like a magical kind of aspect to it. And it's like funny, right? Leprechauns supposed to be funny and like jovial, right? Limericks and whatnot. And also like whatever. And like this kind of almost does Leprechaun better than Leprechaun did later on. I to be honest, with the kill part, I don't know, not like Leprechaun's got great acting. Other than Ice-T and
you mean Mac Daddy Onassis? Yeah.
Mac Daddy Onassis, correct.
Put some respect on that name, Nate.
I will. I would like to see these guys do a Killer Clown reboot. It's waited 30 years. It got out of development hell, finally did it. Then do a Leprechaun movie. Now that I'm thinking about it, like that should be like back to back, the two movies from them. Lisa, any kills that stuck out to you or highlights in general in the movie? I mean, I feel like this is a movie that like Unsuspecting Victims could enjoy. Because it's kind of funny. It doesn't take itself too seriously.
Could be in the operative word, right?
But any moments stick out to you, like favorites, highlights, things like that? No, all right, dang. That's harsh for Mike Tobacco there. Damn, all right. I would say for me that the punch the guy's head off was pretty fantastic. Crescent City apparently has a big biker population, so once one of the bikers gets their head knocked off into oblivion, and the amount of somersaults like in the like backflips the head did on the way, I did appreciate as well. Then they all back out. So did all the bikers survive because they got out of the town? Is the question also. So if Crescent City is getting repopulated, it's Dave, Debbie, Mike, the Terenzi brothers, they'll sell an ice cream, and then bikers. Is that it? Is there no one else? And like the slack-jawed cops at the end who watch the spaceship leave. Some of the worst acting in the movie with no dialogue I've ever seen in my life. There was a female police officer who like looked like her eyes were broken. Like it looked like she was just hungover and like couldn't move her face. And like she just looked at like
she was just in utter terror, Nate. I don't know what you want.
That's one way to other is like your face is broken. Why is this happening to me? I'm confused. I don't know. That's just me. So yeah, it's a couple incompetent cops, Dave, Debbie, Mike, and the bikers. And that's it. There's no one else in this town anymore. They're all murdered. So wow. All right. I would say successful trial run clown wise. Like there's going to be a couple more movies here. They're planning a 4-movie arc, by the way, just so you know. 4. It's this is Avatar level of planning. Like there's like 100 more sequels like in the pipeline. A 4-movie arc.
You don't need that.
You really don't need anything else.
No, a sequel is already.
Why mess with perfection? Is what Taylor says.
Leave good enough alone. I also just feel like how many more clown? Like you used all the clown things. They even used the crazy straw, which was great. Slurping up the person through a crazy straw. But I'm like, what else could you even possibly do?
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, what's the double feature with this? Terrifier, Mitch? Is that the double feature for this?
No, because that one's not at all fun or whimsical. This is at least has a little bit of like whimsy and stuff with it.
It chapter 1 and this one, if you want to get the full clowning experience.
Yeah, no, this clown movie stands on its own apart from all other clown-based horror movies.
Okay.
I would say, as a clown horror movie expert, apparently.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say you are. Yeah, are we watching Funhouse next? What are we doing?
Well, funnily enough, it's because my brother and sister are both so terrified of clowns, and I'm not, and so that's why I think I enjoy them more, because I know, like, if I can get them to watch it, it won't bother me. But I know
this is payback for calling the phone as Freddy Krueger. This is the payback. God,
you absolutely believe it. There's a TikTok person does like visual effects. And it's just creepy clowns, but she like has some music playing. She's normal, and then boom, it changes. Scary ass clown with the sharp teeth, like in the clowns in this movie. And I send that to my sister once every other week, just to let her know I'm thinking about her. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, look, frankly I could talk about this movie forever. I wanted to hear y'all's thoughts, but I just want to know, at this point, what's your final cut?
Final cut.
Taylor, as our unsuspecting victim, I'd love to give you the honor of the 250th final cut. I don't know if you count each one that we've ever done sequentially, but we're going to count it. You kick us off for the 250th final cut.
Oh, man. I think I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10 popcorn guns. I think, like Nate said, this actually is a pretty good one for unsuspecting victims. It's not scary. It's more amusing than anything else. I did find myself bored a bit. It pretty much any time the clowns weren't doing stuff, I was like, I don't care.
There was a long middle.
There was a long middle. Like the beginning was strong. Yeah. And like for it being as short as it is, there were times where I was like, this feels a little too long. But like the things they did well, I think they actually did very well. Like it's overall worth watching. I wouldn't watch it again. So 5.
Okay. Nate, why don't we go with you next?
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that at all. I hadn't seen this movie since 2008 or something in college. Yeah. So it'd been a while for me. That said, it's solid. I mean, my wife kind of saw me watching it and was like, "What is this? Come on." But did she stay a while and watch till the end of it? Like, was she caught midway through? Yes. So I feel like it's got a certain appeal in its like cheesy terribleness. We haven't done a movie like this in a while, I will say. Like, when's the last time we did just like an 80s ridiculous kind of? It's been some time, and I found myself liking it probably more than I should have. So, so you gave it a 5, just because it's just a class. I'm gonna give it a 6. I'm gonna give it a 6 Royal Danos out of 10. The link to Zombievers that no one saw coming.
No,
it is the part. You know what? You couldn't even plan it. You couldn't even have planned it if you wanted to, and yet here we are. Incredible. That was my favorite research moment of all the movies we've ever done, hands down. I don't think it's even close. Incredible.
Oh my god.
Incredible action. So I will say that. Plus the fact that the guy is so ridiculous. My dog. I mean, it's like, what is happening here? And it's like, oh, that guy's the grandpa of the Zombiever guy who said surfs up, dude, and through the dogs of the Zombievers. Yeah, this all tracks absolutely perfectly.
I'm just impressed.
That's a point. That's a point by himself. That's a point by himself.
I'm just so impressed that you were able to just sit on this for this long.
Yeah, I know.
When you didn't text anyone. You didn't say anyone as soon as you found out.
I scrolled down on IMDb and I saw Royal Dano, and I was like, the synapses in my brain hit so much faster than they should have. It was so fast. I'm like, that's the guy from the Hutch Dano who 100% himself wrote his own IMDb thing in which he mentioned his grandpa. I remembered the text from that instantaneously from like 4 years ago and was like, that's it. I got it. Like that. This is the greatest thing of all time. So
Do you ever wonder what your brain gave up?
Oh yeah, I mean, like
to be able to retain
is there like some sort of way that like hunger could be like more like people being hungry across the world could be like, you know, more fed with that brain capacity? Probably. Yeah, probably. There's probably a way that's possible, but here we are. So you're welcome, Royal and Hutch Dano.
We thank you for your sacrifice, Nate.
Yeah.
Maybe
the rest of humanity is just like,
so much.
Wow, that really could go to make it into some more mRNA type vaccines that could save people. But you know, whatever. We'll talk about Zombievers and Killer Klowns from Outer Space instead. So
it's a fair.
Anyway, 6 out of 10. This is a classic. It might be even higher than that, enjoyability wise. A lot of the stuff is just super enjoyable. So,
okay,
yeah.
Lisa, where are you at on this one? I've really been. It's been hard for me to not talk to you about this movie. Just in passing. So I'm
is that part of like the deal with the podcast? You just don't talk to each other beforehand, like just in case we ruin it.
Sometimes
is that another level of like Lisa suffering?
Well, a lot of times we watch the movies together, but this time we didn't. And there's a number of times we don't, largely more from logistical reasons than anything. But there's some movies where I'm like, I don't want to sit there and watch it with her because I want to get it fresh on the show. Other times I want to be in there watching her reaction. So this is one of those ones I wanted to let her be in her own headspace with it, really digest it. Lisa, where did you you like that?
Really digest, really chew on it.
I just heard Mitch say, I don't want to be with Lisa. Hey, what do you think? That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Nate, that's just wishful thinking on you, but it's okay, bro. No, but Lisa, where are you at with this?
Yeah, I think the set pieces were good. The music was good. There were interesting and different kills. I was not as thrilled with the popcorn, cotton candy, all the stuff from my childhood getting some weird creepiness to it.
You should get a popcorn gun and like just start shooting it at Mitch as payback.
I should.
Yeah.
Maybe throw a pie in his face. Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even mention the pie kill scene.
I did. That's right. I mentioned that.
Yeah, but like then a little dude saunter cherry on top. Are you kidding me? Incredible.
That's great. Yeah.
But you can literally see the sound effect as the guy was walking to put the cherry on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, incredible. Sorry. Anyway, Lisa. So, but what's your score though?
Yeah. So I think I'm going to give it, I think it'll get a 4 out of 10 cherries on top.
Okay.
10. Wow.
Yeah, it's all right.
All right. 4 out of 10. I didn't know what to expect from all of y'all in this episode. So this is a movie that I
will say it wouldn't be 250 episode if I didn't go back to a previous Lisa review of the same score and say Killer Klowns from Outer Space, same score as Ginger Dead Man 2, Passion of the Crust. So just
I gave Ginger Dead Man 2, Passion of the Crust a 4.
Yes, you did.
Was I out of my mind?
That wasn't that long ago. It was actually very recent.
Oh my gosh.
and that means that Ginger Dead Man 2, Passion of the Crust is 2 times better a movie than the original Omen. And that we've now gone full circle.
Oh my God.
250 episodes. I'm sorry, Lisa. Sorry. That's the name of this episode. Is Sorry, Lisa.
It should be Sorry, Lisa.
That's the name of the episode. That's already that's solved. That's been solved. All right.
All right. So look, this is a movie that I've been wanting to do for a long time.
Yeah, Mitch's. You talked about this. I would say toward like the first few months of the podcast.
Yeah,
you definitely referenced that.
And then we always said we wanted to hold this off for a special episode. So I'm so happy we did it for this one. What I'm not happy about is y'all's criminally low scores.
Oh,
this movie is.
This is vintage. Like people disagreeing, crazy different scores. This is what the show is about.
I don't understand. I don't understand how you all can sit there and look me in the eyes in this episode because we're on video and talk about how awesome all these things are, and then come back and give it a meddling 5, a 4, a 6. What is wrong with y'all?
That was the very good Taylor impression.
You will never, you will never in a million years find a more creative, ridiculous, thematically
a million
on point.
Years, a million years.
Give me a movie anywhere remotely as creative as this one is. I don't know. You're not going to see anything like this movie. Can we at least agree on that? There's really nothing like this movie.
This is the creativity of this movie is off the charts. I will say that. The execution isn't necessarily, but the creativity is high in this one.
Sure.
I'll definitely give you that.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, you think, Taylor, you pointed out perfectly how every like clown trope is just woven in and in such a great way. Like everything is done. The clown car, the pie in the face, the mallet, the popcorn, just everything.
The balloon animal dog is incredible.
So
that was incredible. It was like holding the balloon dog back. It was so exciting to go chase these people. That was solid.
This movie has everything. I mean, I watched this movie growing up as a kid.
This movie has everything.
Well, but this movie, I stopped mid.
What are you, Bill Hader on Weekend Update? What's that? This movie has everything. Crazy straws, balloon animal dogs that are alive. Cotton candy,
blood, cotton candy, yeah.
Police brutality, like it's got everything.
Getting their heads knocked off.
Again, everything. At least 2 horror films have ripped this movie off. It's a cult classic for a wide variety of reasons. I've watched this movie ever since I was little. I've watched it so many times, and I love it every time.
I do think you're right. I think this movie is more of an influence than maybe I thought originally. I do agree with you on that. This might have influenced like some stuff later on that I didn't really catch. Troll 2, I was talking about, but I think other things it was so inventive that it did stuff. So I agree with you, Mitch. I was thinking of my score, but you got to blow it up.
Yeah,
so
I told you earlier. This is there's like a core memory for me, like a foundational piece. When I said this,
what are the core movies for you? What are the core movies for you?
Well, this one, I mean. They're not all horror movies, but like this one, certainly Nightmare on Elm Street is certainly one of them. Pee-wee Big Adventure that's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Those are ones that like so much of my comedy and humor and personality are based off of. But this movie to me has everything I love about horror films. There's a high body count. It doesn't have to be necessarily gory, but even then, like even now, you watch them when they pull off the cotton candy on some of the things, you see just like the bloody bones, like the arms sticking out. I mean, this is relatively gory for like a 80s kind of joke film, right? And those scenes actually have gotten a little more terrifying as I've gotten older.
Yeah,
they're played for laughs to some degree, but so it's
this
got,
came out.
Got humor. It's pretty. Yeah. I mean, but it's legitimately creepy. And I mean, if you don't like clowns, this is a nightmare fuel for you. I mean, these clowns just do damage, and it starts right away. There's no long build up. There's no like weird like long exposition of what do the clowns really want. Like
there's no description of their motives.
No, the entire. I mean. Yeah, there's some parts where it's a little slow, but I mean, for literally the bulk of the hour and a half, the clowns are doing shit and taking care of business. Like, there's no real like lull to set up. There's no atmospheric, tense buildup you have to do. It's what I love about horror movies. This is unequivocally, without a doubt, 10 out of 10 acid pies to the face. It is a perfect PERFECT film.
This is the Jennifer Love Hewitt of horror movies. Damn. And we're back.
And
10 out of 10. That is. I'm surprised.
I'm surprised at
but
you,
happy. But
Nate.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy with.
I
it.
expect those kind of scores from Taylor and Lisa. I expected more from you, Nate.
Wow.
Sorry, they can't all be an 8. I bet if this was an A24 film, it would have been a fucking 9.
At least I'm not the person who did the Gretel and Hansel review. God, then I'd be like double disappointed. Like my dad is like. Really
Can I just go ahead and fill in a 1 for that one? Do I even bother to show up?
Yeah, I don't know. I
come see
happening.
The exact opposite reaction of what I just had in the upcoming Gretel and Hansel episode.
Or Hansel and Gretel, I guess they said the wrong way. That's man, I don't know. And I will say this: a really good companion movie to this is from the same year, The Blob, because The Blob was a remake of the 1958 movie with Steve McQueen. Actually, it's like his first movie. He looks like about a 35-year-old teenager in that, like one of the early like Dawson's Creek OC, like, oh, you got to like One Tree Hill, we're like 35 and you're like 18 years old. But that's a good one because it's like blob rolling through town. Like, oh, it's a blob. Like in the 50s one, it was like, haha, look at this dumb thing. And in the remake, it's like doing damage, just like the clowns, like very efficient. The whole town gets taken out. Actually, a great double feature would be those two movies. So yeah. Wow. All right. Damn.
There we are.
10 out of 10. The perfect movie. If you want to let Mitch know that this is not the perfect movie, 346-246-3143.
Feel free to tell me how wrong you are.
Texas Podcast Massacre @gmail.com. Give us a 5-star review. Try Brian. I'm assuming that the person's name was Brian. And I think I smell a conspiracy because Stacy Bryan 621 was the last 5-star review, and this is Try Bry Guy 1984. So Stacy Bryan, if Stacy could be a dude's name, that's Try Bry Guy. This person could be like just antagonizing because in the previous review, let me go back. New listener for a few weeks, a few notes. Mitch's regular laugh is almost as bad as the Elmo laugh. I would say almost as good as the Elmo laugh because Mitch's Elmo laugh is incredible.
Thank you.
Do the Elmo laugh just real fast. Fantastic. 2, basements are the worst. Okay, this other person said team basement.
Elmo wants some cotton candy blood.
Yeah,
it's great, right?
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, my whole conspiracy was blown up by this person thinks basements are the worst. So never mind. I retract everything there.
I was looking for a reason to disqualify this 5-star review, but
no, looks legit. Looks different. Looks different. Okay, I tried.
Well, I mean, 250 episodes. What can I say except thank you all so much for listening. Lisa, thank you for being a part. Nate, thank you for being a part of this.
Yeah, I do what I
Taylor,
can.
Thanks for joining in.
Fan favorite Taylor. Hold on a second. We gotta put
some respect on the title.
Put the title on it there. Jeez.
I am truly honored that
featured
that
performer
could even possibly go to me. So look forward to coming back hopefully pretty soon.
Well, no, and I was going to spring this on you, but now I will. There is a bird-related horror movie that I just watched recently that you would be perfect for.
Oh no!
It is a bird-human hybrid.
Oh God!
Finnish horror film that I think you might really enjoy. So we got that going for us.
I don't know what part of that sentence was the worst.
There's so many qualifiers on that.
Oh, don't worry. In the movie, the mom in the family is a Finnish mom influencer. So it gets even better. It gets even better than you thought it would.
Oh no.
I'm intrigued.
And you thought Velocipaster was bad.
Velocipaster was incredible. That was one of the better.
I'm better for having watched Velocipaster.
Yeah, Velocipaster made me a better man. Going to the pastor made me a better man. I will say that. Better man inserted here. Go watch go listen to the Velocipaster episode and watch the movie while you're doing.
Yeah, I think the episode is one of our. Yeah,
the episode is actually a commentary. Yeah. Highly recommend. Oh, incredible.
But
250 episodes. Look, Can you imagine when you asked me to do a podcast about horror films at that funeral, that we would be here right now? That, look back, pretty awesome. And all the people, and I will say this, all around the world that have listened to us, the amount of countries and people that have downloaded our podcast, even if it was by accident, which I'm assuming some of them. Come on,
some of them had to.
Some of these countries,
the numbers just
holy shit. So we got Finnish listeners, so the Finnish Bird movie could be right up. There could be a demographic we could really be
doing some targeted ads, baby.
Yes, some targeted Finnish ads. But I will say, people just all over the world listening to our stuff.
Even in Idaho.
It's just kind of awesome. It's just kind of awesome. Did we have a Finnish download this week? Yes, we did. Sweden, Norway, United Kingdom, Ireland, Germany, Poland, everybody. It's ridiculous, and we do thank you for our listeners. And we want to hear from you. We don't have the international voicemail, but TexasPodcastMassacre@gmail.com. Let us know. Put your reviews in. What is the Austrian equivalent of Gretel and Hansel is really the question. That's the kind of recommendations we want. Is it Goodnight Mommy, which is an Austrian horror film? Yes, I highly recommend that one. For our listeners in Japan, I know there's some Japanese horror films we have not gotten to. India, I was actually at work recommended an Indian horror film that looks incredible because it's about horror things being in TVs.
Okay.
There's all kinds of those. So yeah, bring those recommendations in from Australia, from Indonesia, I guess from Russia. There's some Russian downloads. Interesting one right now. But yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Crazy the amount of people who are listening to our show, and really appreciate it. I want to hear from you. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what can I say after 250 episodes, 5 years, except thank you all so much for tuning in, and just keep telling yourself it's only a movie. Good night.